welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. I just want to say a big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for your friendship, and for everyone who has connected with me on Etsy and who has connected with me on Instagram. I just want to wrap my arms around you and give you a great big hug and just say thank you for being a part of my life. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time on my channel, please join us, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a little bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather here together at my table. Today's pick a card reading, we're asking the question, who is your soulmate and what do they wish they could say to you? Not everybody subscribes to the idea of soulmates, but for me, a soulmate is just somebody whose connection with you defies logic. It defies explanation. It sets itself apart from other relationships, other connections that you've experienced. It doesn't even have to be a love relationship that you find your soulmate within. It can be anyone that you feel really intrinsically connected to. But who is your soulmate? What do they want to say to you? What are some messages from your soulmate today if you are not currently in connection with them? I have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot and this piece of blue aragonite. Pile number 2 with the Wonderland and Tarot and this piece of malachite. And pile number 3 with the Shadowscapes Tarot and the red carnelian palm. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting for you, and my timestamps are listed below. I will jump right into pile number 1. Again, today we are looking at who is your soulmate and what messages do they have for you today. Pile 1. Hello everybody, in pile number 1 you were drawn to the blue aragonite or perhaps to the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate, pile 1? Who is this person that is connected to you from the other side? And what do they wish to say to you? So this may be energy that you recognize. You may recognize this person's energy right away as someone from your past or someone you're currently dealing with. Or this may be someone who has not made their appearance yet in this lifetime. So let's take a look here and see who is your soulmate for pile number 1. Who is this person? We have here the 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to get a few cards out before we get into your message. The King of Cups. It's showing itself with the Knight of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. And I feel like there is a special message waiting for someone with those energies, but we're just going to keep them logged for a moment. Who is your soulmate? The 3 of Pentacles. I do feel like you already currently know this person. I feel like you already have a foundation built with this person because we do have this 3 of Pentacles sitting here. And this is the person that, you know, has the capacity to build up something big with you too. We have the Queen of Swords with the King of Wands. Who is your soulmate? Who is your soulmate? Pile 1. We also have the Fool. This person, this soulmate, we'll have the Emperor on the back of the deck. They are presenting themselves as the divine masculine here. And it's all about energy. It has nothing to do with gender. So it can be any variation. You can be a female watching, you can be a male watching, you can be asking about a female, you can be asking about a male. It doesn't really matter. It all has everything to do with the energy involved. And so this Emperor is really kind of taking claim or laying claim to the masculine energy here. And they are really intimidated by you a little bit, but they're very attracted to you and they think that you're really intelligent. I feel like this person could be someone that you may have went to school with or worked with perhaps. There's very young energy surrounding them, and it's not a current energy. So I feel like you may have met them when they were younger or when you were younger, and you have sort of built up a rapport, a friendship perhaps with them as well. It's like they're hiding in plain sight is what Spirit's showing me. They're hiding in plain sight. Who is your soulmate? We have the Sun. This person could be a Leo for sure. We have this King of Wands. We have the Sun. And more importantly is that the epiphany, the awareness of their feelings for you have sort of crept up on them over the course of time. So again, this is a foundation that's already in place in some way. Who is your soulmate? The Three of Wands. And it's coming with the Nine of Cups. I love that because it's really coming across with this energy of there's a crush situation here. It's like it feels like this person's crushing really, really hard on you. And I almost hesitate to use a word like crush because it seems so like it's minimizing the situation, but it's not, because their feelings for you are really, really intense. But again, it's like they're hiding in plain sight of you, this person, and they're really afraid of, they want to expand with you, they want to reveal themselves to you, but they're worried about rejection perhaps. They're just, you can see here with this Three of Wands, this swirling this swirling hole of darkness. They're worried about being rejected, I feel, because that would be, it would tear them apart. Here's the Five of Swords. It's like if I reveal who I am or how I feel, they have the power to literally destroy me with one rejection, with one word, and they're worried about that. They see you as someone who's very direct, very honest. We have the High Priestess. We also have here the Hierophant, the Justice, and the Death card coming out with that. Very strong themes coming out with that High Priestess. This is somebody who feels like they're a little kind of stuck in their position in your life the way that it is. So if they're a friend, they feel like they're stuck in that friend zone. Who is your soulmate? For others watching, because I am dealing with collective energy and I can't ignore this message anymore, Spirit's going to keep nattering at me in my ear. And always remember I'm dealing with collective energy so that I can't connect individually, wholeheartedly with one specific energy that's in the room. So that's why I offer private readings. But there is somebody who's watching. This person may be in another foundation at this time that they have to maintain their feelings for you in secrecy. And again, that work connection maintains. So this person could be someone you work with. Or school as well. We have the Moon. We also have here the Knight of Swords. Back of the deck is the Hierophant. And you can see in the background here that pyramid being lit all up, kind of reflecting the Three of Pentacles, the foundation that they are currently in. So this, again, the Hierophant can represent education, government, marriage institutions. So this person could physically be in a commitment right now. And here again is the Justice with the Lovers, talking about the position that they hold, that they feel a lot of responsibility towards, and now they have to make a decision. It's like stuck perhaps in a karmic cycle, but understanding that this connection is more emotionally connected or driven. Underneath that is that Two of Cups, which is the soulmate energy that we're sort of looking for. But you can see in this Two of Cups that there's masks being worn. So regardless if this person is attached, and if that's not for everyone, for some of you, this person's not attached, it's just the position that they hold with you makes them feel vulnerable to create change because they don't know what lies on the other side of that leap, about revealing their truth, about taking risks here. And they're afraid of doing damage to the foundation as it is, the connection or the relationship as it is right this moment. The background of this Knight of Swords is this shovel with dirt all over it. He's holding onto a knife as well. And there's dirt all over the carpet. He's like got his muddy boots everywhere because he's afraid of doing damage on something that, or creating havoc or change that doesn't result in a relationship. It's like, I'm okay with creating change if it ends up heading us to this and new emotional starts, but I'm also not willing if it means I'm going to regret that decision. Sometimes that Knight of Swords doesn't want to charge forward because he's afraid of the consequences of those actions. It does feel like two ships sailing in the night. It's like two people passing in the night and being unable or feeling unable to connect in some way. Who is your soulmate? Pile 1. We have the Humanity card. This card comes out when, again, those foundations are securely in place and they wonder if the potential has lost its if it's expired in its potential in some way. They're afraid to speak their truth because of their ego with this peacock. They're afraid of their position taking a hit, their ego taking some type of hit with you. We also have here the story. Back of the deck is the family, because as I said, for some of you, this person could be in the midst of a family. And that's the other important lessons about soulmates, is that not every soulmate that we come across or that is connected to us, these energies aren't guaranteed to be sort of our knight in shining armor that gallops us off into the sunset. Sometimes these connections represent a lot of obstacles that we face. Sometimes they represent a lot of difficult lessons that we have to learn. This family card could be associated perhaps with a family unit that's in place that does prohibit them from revealing themselves to you. We also have the story card coming out. There's this skull, there's this devil on the shoulder, there's a ghost of the past. And this person wants to leap over all of those things in order to, or has to even leap over all of these things in order to take leaps of action towards you. And the Fool is in the future position. This person is keen for change. They wish movement. They don't want things to maintain right now the way that they are. And so they may persevere in that and overcoming those challenges, their insecurities, leaping over even the reality, quote unquote, with the skull card. And I put it in quotation marks because it represents, transitions, reality, grief setting in. And we only grieve when we accept that this is the position that we have to hold. If we don't accept that position and we feel powerful enough to create change like this King of Wands is, he is capable of overcoming his insecurities. So this person is still feeling capable of creating change, but there are many obstacles that might get in the way. Who is your soulmate? Pile number 1. Who is this person? We have here physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. And I feel like there hasn't been a lot of physical touch with this person at all. But if there has been even a tiny bit, and I feel like there is a very strong work vibe going on here. And if you are, or even school, but I feel like even one moment between the two of you, and I think I'm speaking to somebody very specific, you know which moment I'm talking about. It was that moment that sort of changed everything. And that may be the moment that you can recognize this person from. We have here, listen with your whole heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. So this is somebody who communicates how they feel with you without actually communicating how they feel. They may do it through actions. They may do it through kindness or through gifts that they give you, or just doing things for you in a physical sense. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving of energy. They try to tell you how they feel without using actual words, because if they say the words, they can't take them back. But if they just act kindly towards you, that can be, sort of explained away. They can explain away those actions later if it came to bite them, but they tell you without telling you. We do have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments on the back of the deck. Let's shift gears here and take a look at some of their messages to you. So what does a soulmate, what would they say to you? If they could say anything to you right this moment. What is the message that Group 1 soulmate has for Group 1, please? I'm speaking through songs to you, and I'm planning to surprise you. And as I said here with this listening with your heart, they try to tell you how they feel through certain acts, through certain songs. You could hear music that really reminds you of this person. They're thinking about surprising you. They're thinking about coming forward with their feelings. So for some of you, expect the unexpected with this person. I hold back because I don't want to be rejected. What is their message? Because my nerves have been getting the best of me. So really worried about you and your ability to destroy, your ability to make them feel destitute almost, because they put a lot of their hope in this basket. And I feel like they've been perhaps crushing on you for a really long time too. We have give me a chance. And I've been putting myself first, and I'm seeing that it's only hurting me more. So keeping themselves in the safe zone, they've noticed, is only serving to keep them in that safe zone and not creating any type of movement here. I do want to make things right with you, but just give me that opportunity is on the back of that deck. What does pile one's soulmate wish that they could say? What do they want to say right now? I just dream and wish for everything. I fantasize about you. And they've been fantasizing about you for a long time, but I feel like they do keep that sort of under wraps as well, their desires, their fantasies for you. Ace of Swords. They wish to reveal their truth. Because it's like once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And since they've started feeling this way about you, once they've realized, perhaps they've awakened to the importance of this connection in their own experience, they can't unsee that now. You're so beautiful. What do you need me for? Putting you up on that pedestal. It's like you're out of their league. That's what I just keep hearing, is that you're out of my league, but I want you anyway. And I feel like there is something special here, even with the number 8. The infinity, the yin yang. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. This person feels like you might have overlooked them, or that you, I don't want to say you don't value them, but they put themselves lower than you. And there may have been times in the past where they sort of felt you out, or they were trying to feel out the situation to see if they should reveal themselves, and there was something that was said or done that discouraged them. I feel the same way. Back of the deck says, I would do anything for you. Let's get some little cards. Get a few more messages from this person. Messages from your soulmate pile number 1. What do they want to say to you right now? I want you to be happy. Are you? And you know what? I'm getting such beautiful energy from this person, to be honest. They seem like a very genuinely good person who don't have any hidden agendas. It's just about, you know, wanting you to be happy. That is truthful. They want you to be happy. This is taking too long. Also have Ice Queen, and we saw that Queen of Swords, so they're a little bit intimidated by you. I don't know if there's times when you come across as cold, or they feel like you were coming across as cold to them. Mirrored soul paths. So you may find this person and yourself in very similar situations at this time, with many similar life lessons to learn. I've been meaning to tell you something. It's like, oh, by the way, I've been crushing on you for the last 5 years. By the way, I think I'm in love with you. I want to talk with you. It took some time, but I see clearly now. And that's really what the Ace of Swords is talking about here. It's like, I see now what you are, who you are to me. And I can't keep doing this. I'm tired. Back of the deck says, I fantasize about being with you. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1, to end out your reading today. A charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What can you tell me about their soulmate in the bowl? If you're new to my channel, I do end each pile with a charm cast with teeny tiny tarot. Oops, we have 4 today. And some charms. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the Chariot. We have the 8 of Cups. And they're all on their side except for the 5 of Cups. And so this person, it's like they don't realize that you maybe feel the same way, and maybe you don't, but they definitely feel a certain amount of energy towards you, and they're convincing themselves that you don't feel the same way. And it's this convincing that they've done to themselves that stopped them in their tracks from acting upon how they feel. But they feel so intensely towards you, they figure it must mean something. But they're also convincing themselves that it won't serve any purpose, especially if they are stuck in a situation that requires them to make a decision between you and another situation, another person. They're having a really difficult time moving out of that cycle, and applying the strength and the courage required to move themselves out of that cycle. But that's sort of an example of one of the difficult lessons that soulmate energies sometimes afford us, is it pushes us to the precipice of change and options, and we have to make that choice within it. It doesn't necessarily represent an easy path. We do have go. We have here the saxophone. When I see the saxophone, I think about like early 90s music videos with like a saxophone player on the beach. So that could be like a timing situation. So take that as it resonates. We have S, the King of Swords. Could be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have a guitar. So music could be very significant to the connection, or music in general could bring you back to a time and place with this person. We have Leo energy in the Bull. We have Capricorn. We have a Rose of Hope. We have a peaceful heart and requiring that peace. We also have here, you're always in my heart. And we have a Bee, so somebody who feels like they're sacrificing their happiness for the happiness of other people. We have a Whale tail, somebody who's not expressing themselves and who might drown in that emotion if they don't express themselves soon. We have an Ornate Moon. They go to great lengths to keep themselves at bay or keep their energies hidden. And we do have the World, a globe charm there as well. Unfinished business. Someone that you may have traveled with in the past as well. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. I wish you so much luck in this connection. If you know who this person is, I would love to hear your story in the comments section. And I would love for you to join this family and subscribe to the channel. If you do, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my Instagram page and my Etsy page below. But I really hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody, in pile number 2, you were drawn to the green malachite, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate and what messages do they have for you? For pile number 2, please. Who is pile number 2's soulmate? We have the 5 of Wands. Who is pile number 2's soulmate? Pile number 2's soulmate, please. The Queen of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles. Who is pile number 2's soulmate, please? We also have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Wands. Back of the deck, we have the Lovers. Let's clarify this message before we get into it. We have this 5 of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups. So this is someone, you know, there seems to be competition. There seems to be competition within this person's life or within their experience, within your connection, because they're rife with insecurity and jealousy over you. They like to fantasize about you, but they're also really insecure about how you feel. Who is pile 2's soulmate, please? The 7 of Pentacles. There seems to be a very strong connection to work for someone watching, a really strong connection there. This seed of potential was planted a long time ago. So this is somebody that you've known for a while, for at least a few years. This is a current, it's you know, I said at the beginning of this reading that, you know, perhaps for some of these cards that come through that you may not have come across this person yet, but that's not the case here. Divine timing is definitely at play, though, in this situation. And it's been a big factor here. I feel like this person has been attracted to you, or you may have even been attracted to them, because I feel like it's more the divine feminine here. If you're the divine feminine watching, more the divine feminine who's been juggling their awareness of this person. And it may be the divine feminine's position that holds up ascension in this situation. I feel like there could be someone watching that has already a foundation in place, and you don't feel like the foundation you have right now is your soulmate energy, and you're right. Spirit says you're right about that. If you're in a foundation right now and you think that this is your soulmate, it's not a soulmate energy. Does it have value? Perhaps, and yes, it has lots of lessons for you to learn. Even karmic relationships hold within them many important and valuable lessons towards our ascension. This is somebody that you may be in no contact with at this time. So if you are already in a situation and you wonder if that is the path, I feel like you thought that might have been your path, but you've been sort of led astray in that way, because I don't think that the person you're currently with is that soulmate. Because I'm just looking at this Four of Wands. It's a house made of cards. And it's being supported by the Justice card, by this proclamation, by command. It says even here, by Her Majesty's command. It says a proclamation by Her Majesty's command. So it feels like you could be stuck in some sort of, and I don't like to use the word stuck, but you may be currently immersed, I suppose, in another foundation. This person, it may be vice versa. This person may also be sort of mirroring your experience. This is someone that maintains their feelings for you in a very secret place, and they're not showing their hands of cards towards you, and they're not showing their hand of cards to anyone about you. This King and Queen of Cups are being separated by a position, and this person wants to come towards you. They're very fiery about that too, and they wish they could sort of throw caution to the wind and just come towards you, but they are holding back because they don't want to create chaos in your life, perhaps in their life as well, because it could be a very mirrored thing. I feel like there is, like, again, I said this in pile 1 too, like two ships passing in the night, because these two ships have sort of, it's like we both could be in new foundations, but they're not very sturdy in an emotional sense. And there's a real impatience growing to have change or create change, because I feel like you inspire, like I said, a lot of jealous feelings, insecure feelings, and they get really jealous over the situation that you may find yourself in. It's difficult for them. They get emotional when they think about it, I even think. Who is pile 2 soulmate, please? We have healing, the belonging card, and the fantasy card coming out. We also have the house. And I just keep looking at that card, this house of cards here in the background. Somebody in this connection does have a connection in place, or some sort of foundation in place. Even with this Emily Bronte fantasy, you can see the house in place. And it's like we're living in a fantasy realm when we fantasize about this connection. It's like there's an understanding that now is not the time, because it could wreak havoc on someone's position at this moment. But it's like we're trying to grapple and heal ourselves. We're trying to do what's best within what we've been given. It's like we've surrendered to how things are. There's almost an expectation that there may come a point down the road where the two of you will have an opportunity on the other side of all of these responsibilities and commitments. Because someone in this connection your soulmate or you, is trying to surrender to where they're sitting in life right now, but they also aren't ready to release, they can't release their attachment to you or to this connection. The Janet Frame card is really speaking to me today. She's submersing herself in reality, perhaps, in the responsibilities and everything that's going on, but she's holding on to that electric eel. She's got a very skewed sense of belonging in where she's sitting versus what she's trying to hold on to. And it's like they can't shake you. And that's the evidence of the connection. It's like you can't shake that person. It's a connection that defies logic. But there are a lot of practical issues perhaps at play here that kind of get in the way of things moving forward. And there are many valuable lessons amidst this. There's a lot of valuable lessons about healing some of these insecure energies amidst the disconnect as well. Who is Pile 2 Soulmate, please? Can you tell me about Pile 2 Soulmate? We have Be Here and Now. This person who is your soulmate is trying to make the best of the separation as it stands right at this moment. They're trying to make the best out of a bad situation, is what I keep hearing. They still feel the potential in your connection, and they can't escape that, but they're trying to deal with what potential they have right this moment. They're trying to trust in divine timing when it comes to you. And they really are trusting in this permanent type of love that the two of you have for one another as well. I feel like you already have, an idea who this person is. And I feel like you may be holding on to memories from this person from the past as well, because there's a lot of faded energy here. The Serendipity card talks about moments that just pop up that feel very faded, meant for you. Signs and symbols. You may see recurring numbers or this person's initials or songs on the radio that remind you of them. There's just a lot of synchronicities that keep the two of you connected. Let's shift gears here and take a look at what would your soulmate say to you? What does your soulmate wish to say and communicate with you at this time? For Pile 2, we have the Light. When I see that card, I think of Maggie Rogers' song Light On, I think it's called. It's like, if you leave your light on, I'll leave my light on. But if you're not going to come back, then I'm okay with that. There's a sense of trying to surrender to how things are, but not really wanting to release. And some of the epiphanies that came in for this person after perhaps the disconnect that came in. They're waiting for you. You may be resonating with the message that you are the one who is juggling a lot of responsibilities and having to surrender to your position at this time. What message do they have? I'm addicted to you. There's a codependency here. And they could keep tabs on you too. They could be watching you. But the Devil card also talks about restrictions and not being able to act upon a connection or a person the way that I want to. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. That card came out in Pile 1 as well, which is interesting. And I just dream and wish for everything. Fantasizing about you. Do you think about me too? Back of the deck says, I am in so much pain because of the separation at hand. Pile 2, please, Soulmate. What do they want to say? What message does Pile 2 Soulmate have for them today? I'm done running from this connection. They've surrendered to the flow. They've surrendered to the way things are as it stands right now, but they haven't given up hope on the potential that lies between the two of you. You're so different, but that's why I love you. I have been hurt by love before, and they say that you hurt them in some way. They feel perhaps overlooked by you. They feel like you made poor choices, perhaps in this connection that led you to other options. I know you've been right. I'm trying to forgive myself. What do they want to say? I've been trying to manifest this connection. And you influence me in ways that no one ever has. And that's the most important message, I feel like, out of the deck for you, group 2, is that's really sort of embodies some of the influence that the soulmate energy has on our experience, is that it's supposed to influence us in ways that no one ever has. And that influence doesn't always look the same. It doesn't always look like positive experiences going galloping off into the sunset together. Some of these influence happen within disconnected periods. Some of these enlightenments and these epiphanies that come in about the truths of your connection and the purpose that it holds within your experience come during the disconnect and come as very difficult lessons as well. But it's still an influence that maintains, and it's an influence that sets itself apart from other experiences. Back of the deck says, I want to reconcile with you. What does Pile 3's soulmate wish to say at this moment? What is a message they need to express? I'm trying to be logical at the moment when it comes to my approach of life and this connection. They're trying to gain what they can out of the experience as it sits right this moment. We could have it all together. And I can't keep doing this. I'm tired. Do you ever think about us? Because the way that it stands, it stresses me out. And I feel like, again, green with envy. I keep seeing all these green cards. I'm so jealous just came out, but now we have a pink one. Playing the waiting game. Whoops. Somebody fell to the floor. Playing the waiting game. Smile though your heart is breaking. So having to pretend like it doesn't bother them when it does. Everything about you is attractive. Let's get one more. Message from Pile 2 soulmate, please. What they want to say at this moment. Whoops. On the floor. I'm sorry, I'm done. Back of the deck says, I stay away, but not because I want to. It's like perhaps out of respect for your position, out of respect for you. But it doesn't feel like it's over, and it doesn't feel like it's over for them. In the bowl, the future of this connection between Pile 2 and their soulmate. What does the future hold in this connection, please? We have the 5 of Cups. There's a definite sense of loss and remorse here for not acting upon the connection when we had the opportunity to. This 4 of Wands in the present position, though, is reversed, and it talks about arguments at home, conflicts, causing conflicts, which is why perhaps they don't come towards you at this time, and they don't realize that your emotions or energies are still sitting there waiting for them. The Queen of Cups is in the reverse position, and they don't want to create havoc for her life. There's insecurity, too, surrounding her energy. So it's like this person feels very insecure about how you feel. They don't know if you think about them. They wonder, it stresses them out. They wonder if you're ever thinking about them the way that they do. They're not, and they don't want to smother you either. They don't want to come across as too overwhelming towards you. So they do hesitate to rectify the situation. They have sort of surrendered to the way that things are. We have you. There's a bit of an obsession, and I don't know why it came across the way that it did, but this 15 card, you know, that the devil energy of this card being addicted to, there's a bit of obsession. I feel like this person does watch you, and as soon as I saw that charm, I thought about that new, I don't even know if it's new, the Netflix show You, about the obsessive guy that stalks his girlfriend. So this person could definitely be watching you, keeping tabs on you. We have here the lipstick, so seduction, temptation. We have an ornate moon, so someone who perhaps protests a little bit too much that they don't think about you. It's like they go over the top trying to convince themselves. We have the Horse here, which is endurance and stamina. I also think of the Chariot, having to make a decision. We have the Starfish, and the Starfish can lose a limb and then regrow that limb over time, and I'm sure that's not a comfortable or fast process. In the same way, this person feels like they lost a piece of themselves when you walked away or when this separation happened. We have going with the flow with Pisces energy. We also have the the Empress with the flat shell with the Pearl of Wisdom. This is a symbol of motherhood for me, this particular charm, so there could be children involved in your connection in some way for you or for this person. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. I would love to hear your story down below in the comments section. And if you do drop me a comment, be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer a chance to win a free mini read on Instagram. You can check out that link. And I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that is below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello everybody. In pile number 3, you are drawn to the red carnelian palm, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate and what messages do they have for you today? So who is pile 3 soulmate here? What can you tell me about this person that holds a special intrinsic meaning to the soul contract of pile number 3? Who is pile 3 soulmate? We have here the 7 of Pentacles reversed. This is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant's sort of coming out sideways. You know, this is somebody who has sort of stalled their own ascension because they avoided, they're learning valuable lessons about their own soul contract because of this connection, because I feel like they avoided the effort that they needed to put in to create movement in this connection in the past, because the 7 of Pentacles is reversed, which shows that they sort of gave up before they put in the effort. Even though and I feel it's because they put all of this hope in this connection. Here's the 9 of Cups with the Queen of Swords, and they were really intimidated by you and really hoping that you would be the one to sort of spark some type of movement in the connection. This is someone from your past, so this is someone that you are already aware of. And they really put you up on a high pedestal. Like this is a crush situation. We have the Ace of Cups, again, coming out sideways, not confident. Someone who really they feel like they let the ball slip through their hands. You have the Temperance card. And they've been having to heal from that moment ever since, it feels like. We have the 5 of Wands on the back of the deck. Can we clarify the 7 of Pentacles reversed? Who is pile 3's soulmate? This person could be a Taurus. Nine of Swords. The Page of Cups. This is somebody who looks into the past quite a bit when it comes to you, and what they see there makes them unhappy because they realize that their lack of effort led them to not a position of movement with you, and that there's the Empress. You are the dream come true. If you're the divine feminine in this scenario, you are the goal. You are the dream come true. You are sort of the unattainable one. And now they fantasize about new beginnings with you still. Even after all this time, and time could even be a really strong factor here because Pentacles are very slow-moving energy. So it could have been they're growing impatient because of their lack of effort in the past. It's like you left me right where I'm sitting, right where you left me. The 6 of Cups, we have the 5 of Wands. This is someone who is really jealous over you potentially in the past. They get really jealous over you. They feared competition. They have a very lack mindset when it comes to themselves, at least in the past they did. And when it comes to their confidence about you, they've maintained that. They haven't evolved. Even though time has gone by, their insecurity when it comes to you maintains the same. And this is someone who hid their feelings for you, and they still do that to this day. This prison that they've created for themselves, In the past, they created a prison of fear, and they didn't act upon their intent because they let that fear reign supreme instead of their desire for you reigning supreme. And now that prison has shifted into something more concrete, something more solid for someone watching. Because now they're saying that I have something else more concrete, a home situation, could be family, could be children, that maybe they're not feeling emotionally, captivated by or fulfilled by, but they definitely feel a sense of responsibility towards that situation. And so they have this helplessness. It's like, back then I couldn't do it, or I didn't feel like I could do it, and now I really can't do it. But Spirit's here to come up over the top of all of those excuses and say, back then it was fear that held you there, and today it's fear that holds you there. Because even if there are practical concerns in place, it doesn't really shift the necessity for movement or speaking up. It doesn't shift the actions required to create change. It all still falls back down to fear. And this is someone who still maintains their secret feelings for you. They fantasize about new starts. Even though time has gone by, this person fantasizes about new starts with you. And there's almost an expectation too that if they're patient enough, because the connection is so divinely guided, Spirit says you may be reunited with this person down the road. Now their mind would tell them that that's an unrealistic goal because they let their insecurities rule a roost. But Spirit says that with time, there may be opportunities for reunions with this person. They feel the loss of you. I have to say that. They feel the loss of you. Because if this Nine of Cups represents what we want, but it's only, we're so close when we get to that Nine of Cups, but we're so close to that 10, but we are lacking that one thing, and there it is. It's like you are the one thing that lacks within their experience to give them the utmost happiness. But they felt like they gave up too soon, that their lack of action caused them all of this. And now they are kicking themselves a little bit. They're kicking themselves over and over again. Oops. Who is pile 3's soulmate, please? Justice card. Again, some of that, I'm dealing with collective energy, so I have to honor all the different energies that are floating into the room. And for someone watching, as I said, this person didn't have the constraints in place in the past that they have now. They could be sitting in a place of security with someone else, or they may have elevated in another relationship. But the Justice card reminds us that justice prevails depending upon the seeds that we plant. And because the seeds that they planted they didn't plant the seeds in time, it didn't grow. The possibilities didn't grow. But it doesn't mean that the inspired thought, the fire, the spark went out, because it didn't. We have Wall. Back of the deck is Apple. This person is hungry for change even now. And this Wall is really talking about foundations that they may have built up for themselves. The Wall represents the insecurity and the protective force that they built up around themselves so that they wouldn't act in the past. And now it's a real physical, practical thing sitting in place. The same foundations that they've used to build up a security and stability for themselves are now the very things that keep them from coming towards you. And they're hungry for more. They're hungry for more. They're hungry for nourishment that only perhaps you can provide them, because they have this assumption that you are the solution to any emotional deficits that they have at this time. Who is pile 3's soulmate, please? Who is their soulmate? We have regeneration. Someone from your past wants to return. It's unfinished business here. And you may require, there's patience required of you before this opportunity opens up for you, pile 3. But Spirit says that the opportunity will come up. You have a fork in the road. And when that does, you are at an impasse. And just like I said with the Justice card, the seed that you plant within that opportunity will reflect in the future outcome of the situation. So Spirit says now is a really good time to sort of prepare ourselves for that moment. And in that moment, there will be masks, and that will be the challenge. The same challenges that were in place that we didn't overcome, the hurdles that we didn't jump over, are waiting for us now. They're a bit stacked up too, because there's not only are those same hurdles of insecurity from the past residing there, but now there's all these practical concerns that we need to hurdle over too. And that's an opportunity here to overcome that by taking off the masks that we wear for the good of other people. Oftentimes we wear them. Who is your soulmate? We have here the Lemonade card, the Prayer card, and the Expansion card. Back of the deck is the Faith card. I feel that they feel so connected to you that they just expect there's going to be some type of reunion, and Spirit says that that expectation could bring true for you. It's important for us to remember that soulmate energies are not necessarily here to go galloping off into the sunset with us, that they hold within them many valuable lessons. And a lot of them hold, you know, this lesson of having faith along the journey, of the unknowns that exist within the connection, having faith that it's still going to be waiting for us at the end of the day, even on the other side. Perhaps it's a lesson with these energies about abundance, because it's really easy to fall into a state of despair when we feel like we're separated from something that belongs to us. It's really easy to fall into that state of despair. But that's an opportunity within this connection, is an opportunity for us to practice our manifestation skills, to honor the truth that we know about this destined connection, and to look at things from an objective point of view. In this card, both of these people have lost a coin, and only one of them has a goal. She has a goal, and she will get her goal. He has no goal. He wallows in the loss, and so he gains nothing from it. But the purpose of these connections is for us to gain awareness along, and to use that awareness towards our expansion. And sometimes, you know, this person, this soulmate of yours, is trying to maintain the best that they can possibly maintain out of the situation for now. It's like, I'm trying to maintain my objective thought. I'm trying to maintain my clarity for now, because I don't want to lose hope that there is a possibility for us down the road. And Spirit says, because of that faith, there could be reunions for you, in this connection down the road. Not for everyone watching, but for someone watching, there could be reunions here. Let's take a look at what your soulmate wishes to say to you at this time. What would they say right now? What is the message that Pile 3 soulmate has for them? What is the message that Pile 3 soulmate has for them? The truth came after. The revelation, they thought it would be easier to watch you walk away. The epiphanies came afterwards. I walked away to find myself. I ruined everything I touch, and that's the 7 of Swords. Keeping their feelings for you hidden. Here's the Tower. I couldn't catch you because I fell too. And keeping their feelings for you at bay at this point to avoid causing chaos or havoc in your situation or in their situation. But it doesn't stop them from thinking about you, because they think about you in a very rampant way. They're always fantasizing about you. They do watch you as well. Page of Swords at the back of the deck. I shouldn't have doubted my intuition. Keeping tabs on you. And I should have ran after you. 5 of Cups. They have a lot of regret because they didn't act in time. 2 of Wands. I can't make up my mind. It's like they knew what they wanted. They knew they wanted expansion, but they didn't know how to execute that plan. And so instead, they just sort of, I think they assumed they'd have more time. I think we always assume that. We always assume we have more time waiting for us. And so we procrastinate in our goals and our desires. Given enough time, perhaps this person would have avoided all of this, but they also would have avoided all of the lessons that came about because of the disconnect. What does pile 3 soulmate wish to say? A message that pile 3 soulmate has. I do want to make things right with you. Please give me the opportunity. Don't focus on who wants me. I want you. They want you to understand that it doesn't matter what appearances look like, that their feelings are still there. They're just concerned about perhaps causing chaos. I'm so attracted to you, you don't know what you do to me. Because they wear those masks in life. And the attraction goes more than physical as well. I don't want to hide this connection anymore. And I'm planning to surprise you. And I'm telling you, there's a real a real type of momentum towards reunions in the future of this connection. It may take time, but there is definitely that energy. I don't know how to express my love to you, so I keep it inside. I also have, you will hear from me soon. You will hear from me soon. Back of the deck says, I really do miss you a lot. I'm going to get a few little written messages here. Messages from pile 3 soulmate, please. What do they wish they could say right this moment? How do they feel? I am pushing my feelings aside. I just saw we don't always get what we want. I've got a lot of responsibilities right now. No time for a plan, I'm coming. There is a strong momentum towards reunions for someone in this connection. We will, oh, we have 2. We will talk soon. And 1111, the angels are singing, so twin flame energy. You may see repeating numbers with this person as well. It's a sign about the spiritual reunion or the connection that is in place. Yeah, it's over, isn't it? That's the 10 of Swords for me. It's emotional response to the separation. It's kind of over the top emotional response to pain. I don't think they think it's over, and they don't want to believe it's over. I feel like it's part of their healing process to sort of hope that there's more. You make my heart soar, but this one is two-sided. I fantasize about being with you. Addictions come in many forms, and you are mine. Will we be waiting forever? And I am so sorry. It's like they understand that they caused all of the turmoil. But again, Spirit doesn't see mistakes. You know, we always worry about the mistakes and things we did wrong in the past, but Spirit doesn't see mistakes. They see educations. And so it's like they're kicking themselves for the lack of action towards you, but without this disconnect, there are so many little lessons and things that you've learned that they've learned because of your connection, because of the disconnect. And there's so many experiences that they've had since and that you've had since that were very valuable to both of you. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's kind of being up against a rock in a hard place. You know, without the separation, there'd be no awareness. But without the awareness, perhaps the connection wouldn't be as, or feel as intense. Back of the deck, somehow I am going to make this happen. Let's end with a charm bowl for you, pile number 3. The future of this connection in the bowl between pile 3's soulmate and themselves. What is the future of this connection in the bowl? Missed the bowl. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. So the 6 of Pentacles is talking about selfishness. Perhaps somebody trying to avoid being selfish, not wanting to create havoc for themselves or for you, and feeling like things are one-sided. So somebody could feel like this is really one-sided. But we see progression, we see movement, we see the tides shifting. So if we saw the "it's over, isn't it" card being representing the Ten of Swords down below, we see it in the bowl, but it's reversed this time. And that's a good sign. You know, that really shows that there is moving forward, there's rest and ease after a really difficult time. Even the Four of Swords reverse is talking about a return to the world. It's like, I'm done with my meditation, I'm coming back to life, a type of energy. Those swords are falling out. It's like a return. So I do feel a shift of energy coming for someone watching. I do see potentially even reconnections here, which opened up gateways and doorways. And within those doorways are a little bit of hurdles as well. Spirit wants you to know, though, that there are consequences, good and bad, of going through any doorway. So just be prepared that there will be a doorway waiting. It's what you do with it that makes the difference in the final outcome. We have Star, Hope, Aquarius energy, the letter G, and the letter I. We also have a dolphin, playfulness, joy, someone with a great laugh, a shamanic feather, the need for healing and looking at things from a higher perspective. And that's what it's like, somebody's trying to make the best out of a bad situation, making lemonade out of lemons. We have a heart, a tangled heart. We also have here the Holy Family in a little religious charm. So Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So there could be a family in place here, and children as well, because we also have Saint Anthony, and he's holding baby Jesus in his arms. So there could be children, and that's why there's been such a surrender to the current state of things, because they may be sort of putting them first. There could also be a Catholic connection with the Saint Anthony charm and the Holy Family. Saint Anthony was the patron saint of lost things, so they feel like they've lost you, but all is not lost. There is still hope in this connection. All right, group 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. I wish you so much luck in this connection. If you know who this person is, I would love to hear your story down below in the comments section, and I would love for you to be a part of this family that we're growing here on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell, especially if you drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I offer an opportunity to win a free mini read on Instagram on a monthly basis, and I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and those links are below. But I really hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.